once Diablo comes out, you know.
Don't forget all about Zelda. Zelda.
God. Heal, make sure I'm combo, and just come. What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys a rogue build that I discovered in the early access beta for Diablo 4. This build is really fun. It utilizes the piercing shot ability for the rogue. It's a really fun build, especially with the items that I've found. This does massive amount of damage, tons of wave clear, and it's a really fun build so far that I discovered. I'm going to be showing you guys the abilities, the items. Everything's not perfect yet. I've been playing for about, I would say, 14-15 hours now in the past 2 days. Man, it's been super fun, and yeah, I'm super excited and can't wait to see what it is like during launch. So let's get into the build right now. First, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the abilities for the skill, the build. First, we're going to do puncture. This allows me to throw blades a short distance, dealing 96 damage every third cast, slows enemies by 20% for 2 seconds. This helps me with a little bit of crowd control. I grab the modifier where I gain 2 energy when puncture damages a crowd control enemy. This helps me regenerate energy every time I use abilities. This is a great basic attack. Basically, I'm trying to get energy back. The next modifier, puncture now, throws 3 blades, so that's a higher chance for me. That's even more energy for me to get back whenever I use puncture. It throws 3 blades in the spread, each dealing 35% base damage. Hitting an enemy with at least 2 blades at once makes them vulnerable for about 2 seconds. This helped me do a ton of damage for like single target enemies. Whenever I do clear out mobs, there's always that 1 or 2 trash mobs left, or maybe there's an elite monster left. This just helped me deal deal more damage whenever they're low on HP. For our core ability, basically the build relies on the penetrating shot. This fires an arrow that pierces through all enemies in a line, dealing 467 damage. I grab the modifier where it deals 20% increased damage per enemy it pierces. So what I try to do is I try to gather up a whole mob, and at the end of my shot I try to aim it to where it'll hit either an elite or a boss, and that is where it does an insane amount of damage on the last shot. Our next modifier, if a penetrating shot damages at least 3 enemies, your next penetrating shot has a 20% increased critical strike chance. Basically, it gives me a higher percent chance to crit with my ability. For our agility skills, I just grab dash. Some people grab, you can grab shadow step if you want. It depends on your items too. I just grab dash because I have an item that helps me gives out more CC when I dash. It's pretty straightforward. Dash through enemies, deal damage. Enemies damaged by dash takes 20% increased critical damage. That's gonna help me do more damage. And also, methodical dash helps me reduce the cooldown of my dash if I dash through crowd controlled enemies. It cools it down by 0.5 seconds up to 3 seconds per cast, so it gives me the ability to cast more dashes, basically more escapes, like that. So my subterfuge skill, this is skills to like help you survivability. I think, I'm not too sure. I grab poison trap, I lay down a trap, it detonate and deals a ton of damage over 9 seconds and poison enemies, whoever's on that. I grab this because these modifiers help me with more crowd control as well. Poison trap knocks down enemies for 1.55 seconds. Poison trap also has a 20% chance to reset your imbuement skill cooldowns activated. This helps out a lot too. Let me kill this boss and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I just beat the world boss in the beta. As I was saying, I would grab the poison trap, a little bit more CC. It actually helps me with this modifier. It actually there's a chance that it resets my imbuement skill, which is the next skill I'm about to talk about, and it helps in the build to do more damage. So imbuement skills infuse attacks with potent elemental effects. So whenever I activate this effect, this ability, the next two skills that I use that are imbuementable, which basically means can be imbued, deal additional elemental damage. The imbuement I grab is going to be poison. It applies 109% base damage as additional poison damage over 6 seconds. So basically, whenever I activate this ability, my penetrating shot is going to deal additional poison damage and apply poison to all enemies hit. With the modifying, it increases it by 1 second, so 7 seconds. And then I grab the critical strikes with poison imbued skills, deals 30% increased poison damage, more damage, basically. And because I have a poison trap that gives me a chance to reset the imbuement skill, that allows me to use the skill more often because it is a 10-second cooldown. Well, 8.82 second cooldown for this one. And then I have a point in increase 3% increased poison damage. It helps my trap damage and it helps my imbuement. You can add another point to the imbuement ability that also increases the damage too. For my ultimate, I have Shadow Clone in the vids that you've been seeing. Basically, I have another clone that does everything that I do, replicates all my abilities and skills. Every time I shoot penetrating shot, there's another one. It basically doubles my damage only by 60%, which is really good. Then I use Innervation. Lucky hit up to a 20% chance to gain 8 energy. Again, this helps me maintain my energy. The more energy I have, the more damage I do, and the more I'm able to shoot out my abilities. And that's it for that. For imbuement, I go poison, but sometimes I actually go shadow imbuement too. This one is really fun to use because it explodes out everything. But I like poison because if I have a trash mob that's running away, I don't have time to run after it. This will definitely kill the trash mob for sure. But that's it. Pretty much it for the abilities. You can run Dark Shroud for your subterfuge. This helps with damage reduction. When you activate it, it turns on 5 protective shadows. You gain 8% for each shadow you have active. Every time you get hit, the damage is reduced and a shadow is consumed. You can grab the modifier. There's a 10% chance that it's not consumed if you get hit, and I like to grab this one while you have at least 2 active shadows. From Dark Shadow, you gain 10% critical chance, so that's more crit chance for you. But yeah, that's pretty much for my abilities right there. Alright, you guys, moving on to the items. I basically only have like probably 2 or 3 items for the build currently. All of my other items, it's just some random effects that some of them may help me, but my main one is gonna be the bow. It's a trick shot revenant bow. Whenever penetrating shot, damage an enemy, 2 additional arrows split off to either side. These side arrows deal 70% penetrating shots base damage and do not split. So basically, every time I shoot my penetrating arrow, there's going to be a perpendicular arrows, 2 perpendicular arrows shoots out from that target location wherever they're hit. So let's say I hit 10 enemies, it's going to shoot out 20 arrows perpendicular to the arrow that I shot, and it's going to also apply any effects that I have, hence the imbuement. So it's going to apply poison everywhere. It's going to do massive amount of damage, lots of AoE clear, so much damage. This build is really fun to use. With my glove, Adventurous Gloves of Arrow Storms, with my poison damage and this effect, it does massive amount of wave clear, and it just picks up all kinds of mobs. For this one, lucky hit, your marksman skills have up to 10% chance to create an arrow storm at enemy's location, dealing 600 physical damage over 3 seconds. You can have up to 5 active arrow storms. So all my marksman skills, including my basic attack, because right here it says it's a marksman skills as well. So my puncture, my penetrating shot, these will proc my arrows. And with puncture, since I throw out 3 knives, there's a higher chance to proc that as well. Everything else basically just increases my damage. My amulet, the more energy I have, the more damage I do. If I have max, it does 41% more damage. My penetrating shot. So skills do additional damage. For my ring, critical strikes with my core skills, penetrating shot, increase my attack speed for 3 seconds. That's nice to have. I can throw more and get more energy back with puncture. Smiting, you have 23 increased critical strike chance against injured enemies, but CC effects on me are way longer. Distant enemies have a 15% chance to be stunned for 2 seconds. You deal 44% increased damage to stun enemies. These are just like little trash mobs. If they are stunned when they hit me and they happen to be poisoned, instant death, basically. For my chest armor, you automatically drop a smoke grenade at the end of your dash, and I get to cool down however many enemies are dazed by my dash. It cools down. My dash is only up to 1 second, but it's 0.28 seconds per enemy. This basically allows me to spam dash more, along with my modifiers for dash as well. For my pants, while you have barrier active, there is a 29% to ignore incoming direct damage from distant enemies. Just some miscellaneous stuff, basically. Shadow Step, if you're using Shadow Step, these boots are really good. For one of my swords, deal 23% increased damage while you have a barrier active. A lot of people will get this Vigo's protecting amulet. That creates a barrier, basically. My potion, I believe, creates a barrier. I think, I'm not sure, I forgot. My other knife, distant enemies have a 15%. This is another effect along with my which one is it? Oh, I think I already showed that. Sorry, I'm just so winded from that boss fight. But yeah, that's pretty much it. For my specializations, I'm using combo points. Every time I basic attack, it's gonna create a combo point. I get 3 combo points. The more combo points I have, the more my ability damage does. It consumes the combo points and does additional damage. So that's why you see right here on the combo points, increase damage and improve lucky hit chance. You can see however many points I get, I deal more damage. And I always try the way you play the build is if you build up combo points, you want to make sure you have 3 before you shoot penetrating shot every time. That does the most damage. The reason why I don't use inner sight is because right now is the beta. It's really hard to tell when inner sight is active. But even when it is active, it shooting penetrating shot, I can spam it, but because my imbuement skill might not be active, it doesn't do as much damage as I would like. And for that reason, I use combo points. I know for a fact every 3 hits, every 3 combo points that I incur or like I get, I do more damage. So that's just me. You can do however much you want. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys some gameplay footage of the build. I think I'm gonna run the shadow one, the shadow imbuement right here. Let's try that one because that one's super fun too. The reason why I don't really I like the poison more is because of the damage it kills the mobs. But for shadow imbuement, it infects. What it does is your 2 imbuement skills deal shadow damage and infects enemies for 6 seconds. When they die, they explode for 163 damage, and it has really cool wave clear. There's so many explosions everywhere. The modifier, you have 25% increase critical strike chance against weaker enemies who are low health. Between these two modifiers, I actually grabbed this one. Enemies damaged by shadow imbued skills take 12% increased non-physical damage, so more elemental damage. Or you can grab this one. It makes enemies vulnerable on the primary explosion, but our puncture already makes enemies vulnerable. And that's it for the build, you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy the videos. Hopefully I trim it down to make it really, you know, short and simple for y'all. But this game has been really fun. I don't know if I'm gonna play Rogue or Druid yet. I'm waiting to play Druid next weekend. And yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, and leave down in the comment. Let me know what class you guys are looking forward to playing at the start of Diablo 4 in June 6th. Let me know which class and why you want to play that class, and what is your backup options. Thank y'all so much. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Alright, I am going to try out the Shadow Imbuement build for y'all. And keep in mind, these items I find, you know, this build is always tuning, so everything's not final. Of course, you know, this is beta, so hope y'all enjoy. Man, I like the purple too. And the explosions, like there's so much explosion for the shadow imbuement. So fun. Right here, I group everybody up, heal, make sure I'll combo, and just completely explode everything. Oh my god, this is so fun. Just blowing everything up. I'm not ready. Oh gosh. I might actually like this better than the poison, to be honest. Uh-oh. Oh, we got a legendary back there? Okay, cool. Oh, look at this guy. Whoa. Oh, what the heck? Dude, this build.
Of mortality.
The hell?
In the year of the light, 1318, Anno Kejistani.
Uh-oh.
We have buried 92
Everything's full
souls
up.
on these hallowed grounds.
I have to start dropping some
Aborted
things.
And stillborn. 7. Bleeding wounds. 4. Childbed.
Gosh,
2.
how do I get rid of this screen?
Executed.
Bill of
15.
mortality. Jesus.
Frostbitten. 6. Old age. 1. Remove
Sorry, y'all gotta watch this.
54.
Gloves. Let me throw this down.
Starvation. 3.
These gloves. When you hit a crowd control, your enemy there is up to 20 crowd control effect. Spread to another enemy. Ooh, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool effect. Yeah, I should have salvaged before I came here. Oh my god, artillery. With this ability, oh my god, it's so sick, y'all. Artillery is like one of the craziest abilities ever. Whoever made this was like on some kind of drugs. Or like on some kind of mushroom. They had a vision. They're on a mission with this one. ran out.
Need more time.
I'll be honest with y'all, I'm kind of feeling the shadow one more. This one's nice. I haven't been really playing the shadow one as often, but playing it now, it's pretty good. I think both are really good in certain way, because I know for the poison, you know, for boss fights and everything, that poison really helps out. But we'll see how it does with the this, because it still will do damage, but it doesn't do as much damage as the poison over time. See, that's where that poison comes in and helps out. I just cleared the whole room. See? That's incredible. It travel. All right, make sure you always proc your imbuement. I wish it was on a like auto proc, like I don't have to keep pressing it. It knows that I need it. Proc my shadow clone. Oh my gosh. There y'all go. Legendary.
Can't carry anymore.
Pants. And that's it for the build, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Y'all have a good night.